To have Carol Brodie joining us on this Friday night as part of our Silver and Gem event, and there's so many more gorgeous pieces to show you. Beautiful colors, wonderful, incredible stones, and just fantastic designs. I mean, your line is so intricately beautiful. It really is. Piece after piece amazes me. So
thank you. And I have to tell everyone something. A lot of times when I come, it's really, I try and mix new with older price point jewelry so that everyone can have something.
Okay, so let's show something brand new.
I was just about to say, this is it. It's a 4-minute
special.
This is it.
It's this beautiful, vibrant, gorgeous Tanzanite, and then it's almost like it's flanked by nature. That combination of champagne diamonds and chrome diopside, it's like ivy. It's like trees and leaves, and it is so just beautiful. This combination of purple and green and I wouldn't have thought so in my mind when you list those colors on paper, but when you see them in person, it's a beautiful combination. Okay,
so this is that Seascape Dream earring. And you know, Tanzanite is the most beautiful ocean blue. This is the perfect size. This is unique. You're not going to see these anywhere else. And what I love about the Tanzanite, take a look at it. It's just rolling right now for you. The Tanzanite is completely pleochroic. So as it moves, Kate, you can move your finger a little bit so that we can show everybody. We might not be able to get close enough. We might have to do it back on the still up here. There we go. Look at the pleochroism. So these are changing from blue to violet to that burgundy. What they're gonna do in your ear is unbelievable. So these, first of all, I want you to know, they sit perfectly on the ear. They have a huge clutch back, and I gave you the post right in the center of the back of the ear so that you could have it sit straight up on the ear. These, do you know there's diamonds in here, by the way? There's diamonds.
Yeah, those champagne diamonds, which are so perfect as like that infused part of the ivy, the part that grows. It's like the freshest green leaves and perfect branches and vines, and then that stunning just flower in the center.
So these were,
just beautiful.
These are originally a cluster design from the 1930s. They had star sapphires in the center, emeralds, and diamonds. Well, I replaced the star sapphire with something more rare because we know Tanzanite is, again, it comes from one place in the world. And I used the cabochons because the original had star sapphire cabochons as well.
And I have to say, I think this cabochon, the Tanzanite, you can see its best color, I think, better in a cabochon. I've never seen Tanzanite be so saturated purple the way it is with that cabochon.
Cabochon really lets a gemstone, it lets you see the birthmarks of a gemstone in their own natural organic beauty. It is very European to use cabochons, but then we've made this so fine and so classic and forever by using that green emerald chrome. Chrome diopside has never been so emerald. We happen to have gotten, for this particular March collection, and I don't know how, we were able to get this vivid, clean green chrome that I've never seen before.
It's some of the most vibrant I've ever seen.
But I never saw it either.
I've always thought chrome diopside was like what an emerald is in its most perfect of perfect forms, but it's a perfect emerald. It's not even this vibrant.
No, this has a spring, clean, vivid green to it that I have, honestly, because I didn't procure, HSN got these gemstones for us, and Sandy had picked them up 2 years ago. She went to Europe and she had gotten me these. You know, chrome diopside only comes from one place in the world. It comes from Russia, Siberia, and it can only be mined several months, 3 or 4 months a year. So when you talk about a rarity, and you're talking about these very large cabochon tanzanites. Now these are, if you want to know the length, these are just about 1/2 inch. So I can show you in my ear so you can get, and I don't know how these, you know, studs are always so hard on camera, but when you see the flicker and sparkle of the champagne diamond, can you see them? You have the flicker and sparkle of the champagne diamond. You have that gorgeous purple, you have all that blue and that purple and that violet in, look at that, in the Tanzanite. And then you have the most gorgeous, vivid spring green in that amazing chrome. It's an emerald, but nicer than an emerald green.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do with our last few seconds together celebrating the stunning chrome diopside and the beautiful Tanzanite. There is a very couture, gorgeously designed leaf pin pendant.